I was 22 when they took Louie out to the square. Not much noise, not like the stories say, some shouting sure, drums, but the crowd wasn't wild. It was cold that morning, and most people just stood there, hunched in their coats, pretending it was justice instead of spectacle. I didn't cheer. I didn't cry. I just watched. Before all that, before the revolution, I worked in a printing house near the Rue Saint-Honoré. Back then, you could still smell fresh bread in the alleys, and the guards outside the palace wore their uniforms straight. The nobles passed by in carriages, and no one looked them in the eye. It was just how things were. But things started breaking. Bread got expensive. People got angry. Then came the pamphlets. Words like liberté and égalité inked onto cheap paper passed from hand to hand like fire. I printed some of them myself, thinking I was part of some grand awakening. I thought it meant change. It did, just not the kind we thought. By 1789, the Bastille had fallen. By 1791, heads were rolling. The streets ran with noise marches, chants, executions. I lost 3 friends to different causes, one to the monarchy, one to the Jacobins, and one to nothing at all, just bad timing. Everyone chose sides, and the sides kept shifting. And through it all, people forgot. Not at once, but slowly, they forgot why we were angry. They forgot who we were fighting. By the time the Reign of Terror ended, we were too numb to count the dead. The guillotine had become background noise, like a clock ticking. That's how it ends, not in fire but in fog. Revolution turns to routine, justice turns to fear, and in the quiet spaces between speeches and slogans, you realize you don't recognize your own country anymore. Sometimes I still walk past the square where they killed the king. There's no blood, just pigeons. And I think about how it all felt so important, and how now, nobody looks back.